Welcome to Night Rips. And so I decided to kind of mess around with my backdrop there. Did definitely look up a bunch of people. Obviously, Pozo never did well. He actually only hit one home run in his entire career, and it was a grand slam. So not that great. He a little bit better than Snowpack, but he did play a little bit. Like really, not even a full year. Pulsifer, definitely a different player. Of course, they had him as a blue chip because he actually, minor league, did extremely well. Thought he was going to be part of that Generation K bringing up. Had a lot of injury problems, had to get Tommy John. He actually passed out because he actually was taking a supplement called Efera, which is now banned by MLB because I forget what player it was, but actually died. And he actually saw the guy die that was taking it. So did okay, but injuries, anxiety totally killed his career. The only one that really did anything was Shannon Stewart, who was a good player. He played from 1995 until 2008. So he definitely, I think it was around a little over 1,300 games. So of all of them, not counting Cecil Fielder, because we all know Cecil Fielder is a Hall of Famer. And the rest of the prospects, not so good. But that's what you always get whenever you're looking at prospect cards, which is why, a lot of people don't really bank on prospects. I mean, it's a gamble. Obviously you're looking at today, Jason Dominguez or, good Lord, I'm trying to think of any of the other prospects that I'm totally drawing a blank on. I know Dominguez because I pulled that auto of him. You never know how well they do. You'll never know if it's going to be, a bust where they only play for not even a year, or are they going to be like, Jeremy Pena is this year. I have his Bowman first auto just totally killing it. You never know. At least when you're talking about 1996, which is what we're talking about here, 1996 Upper Deck, you know where these players, how they stood over the test of time. So, with all that being said, we are down to our last 6 packs. So let me go ahead and get these out of the box and on deck to start ripping. And drop the box right in the floor. So here's our 6 packs. Get zooming in. But before we get going for these last 6 to see what else we can find, we should find at least one more Retail Predictor and one more of the future stock prospects. Everything else is a chance. Definitely come join the community. Hitting that subscribe button below and hitting the notify bell. So let's get ripping with pack number 1. And right off the bat, as we've been noticing every single time, we got another one of these Young at Hearts. This time would be Paul Molitor. And is that a Brewers hat? It is. That's a bizarre Brewers hat. I don't remember one looking like that. But then again, I didn't really follow the Brewers that much. But this would be one of the subsets. It's not an insert. Inserts are actually up here on the stands. Let's run down to white. And Mr. Padre, Tony Gwynn. Another Hall of Famer. I was fortunate enough to pull his rookie card back whenever I was doing this back in the day. But he's no longer with us. There's a star rookie. Again, another subset. This would be Trey Bremen. And I'm guessing that's a motorcycle. I don't know what that is, to be honest. That's a strange looking device he's on. Kevin Appier. One of the Killer Bees, Hall of Famer Jeff Bagwell. It looks almost looks suspicious there. Ray Durham. There's that Bill Pulsifer. Obviously, again, he was part of that Generation K because they were, Generation X was big in the news at the time. They're in the mid-90s. And so the baseball beat writers decided to, call this trio Generation K. It's kind of like the triplets that the Braves had. But they called them Generation K because of K being the letter indicating a strikeout. Of course, of the three, all of them had injuries. So wasn't quite as good as they were hoping. There's Brett Boone and John Mabry. It's just funny. Maybe they jinxed it. I don't know. Second pack. And we got ourselves another Young at Heart. And one we've pulled already with Ricky Henderson. Oh, here we go. Prime time. Deion Sanders this time. And honestly, I don't remember him playing for the Giants. I mean, obviously he did. Here he is, laying a bunt down. But, I did not remember. Yeah, let's say Braves, then Braves to Reds, Reds to Giants. Interesting. Obviously, he's not really known as much for his baseball skills as he is for his football. There's Fernando Valenzuela stepping up to hit because that's what pitchers do. These pitchers in the National League, at least they used to be. Now this is interesting. This time we got Jason Isringhausen. This is another member of the Generation K. I forget who the third one was, but he was actually the only one that actually really amounted to much. They all had injury problems, but he was of the three, he was the best one. And a little bit different than the triplets. Jorge Posada, there with the Yankees. There's Bip Roberts. I always say Rogers. Bip Roberts. This is another one of those, would have been a blue chip, JT Snow. So of the blue chips, we got one of the ones that, it's still kind of cool. Mickey Morandini. Say that 3 times fast, as I always say. Brad Asmus and Ozzie Gillian, who played for the White Sox and then managed for the White Sox, and he's still a big name for the White Sox. So pack number 3. And we got a cool looking star rookie. And it's cool because it's got the Major League debut on it. This would be Kareem Garcia. Again, a subset. The always famous Barry Bonds. One of the boys of summer. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, it is an ESPN 30 for 30. Dave Nielsen. And check it out. It's about basically really about this time. There's Yamel Bennett's. Alex Fernandez. Charles Johnson. There's Omar Vizquel, who is stuck to. Ooh, look how high he got. He definitely wanted to make sure no one was going to slide into him. Right behind, great one for the Mariners, Edgar Martinez. Numbers retired with him. Rondell White, and end it with Steve Reed. All right, 3 packs to go, and this one feels a little thin. Not for any reason. It's not like there's anything special in any of these cards. Not special as in, it's not like you're finding mem or stuff like that. They're just regular cards. All right, we got ourselves another postseason checklist subset. And who would that be? That would be Oral Hershiser, which I've pulled before. I always forget Oral Hershiser did play for the Indians. I'm so used to seeing him in a Dodger uniform. Orlando Merced. Greg Gagne. There's Cliff Floyd. I think that's a star rookie too. And of course, Cliff Floyd was a good one. There's an Expo. Or that's not a star rookie. That's a beat the odds. My bad. So I'm like, he was not that young. Kevin Stalker. The foil boards get me confused at times. Derek Bell. Oops. Going a little high. We got an Oral Hershiser card. I don't know who he's with. Interesting card, though. Great reliever there. Brian Anderson. Rick Krivda. And end it with John Jaha. All right. 2 packs to go. And once you get to the bottom, because even though a lot of these I've never seen before, you definitely don't want to. You want to see what cool stuff you can find. For example, our second predictor card, and I'm going to put him right here in the middle. Why not? But we got Jim Edmonds. That's a great reliever. Or RBI leader, sorry, not reliever. I'm seeing too many letters at once. But Jim Edmonds, definitely a great left fielder, actually. And we got our 4th future stock of Jeff Supan. So we're going to cover up the other ones since we know, well, they didn't do super great, honestly. There's Juan Gonzalez. I mean, ignoring Cecil Fielder back there. There's Marquise Grissom. Edgar Alfaro. Larry Walker there with the Rockies, whom he is in the Hall of Fame with. We got Ron Coomer, and we got another piece of a card. Should I put that on the stand? No. Sometimes you get some of that pack trash. But Ron Coomer. Got Carl Everett. Star rookie George Arias. And Chris Hollis. Last pack. So if we're going to get anything else, this would be it. Only thing I could think that we could potentially get, because we have got the odds. Actually, you even beat the odds getting that one blue chip. But the only thing I could think of is getting one of those Cal Ripkin inserts. Don't know if we're going to pull it. But we got a star rookie of Archimedes Pozo. Of course, Archimedes, it's funny because him being with the Marlins, and it says, you know, his major league debut, that's the only game he ever played as a Marlin. Yeah, he only played like 23 games his entire career. So, not too much. Jay Bruner. This one threw me off a little bit. But it's Lance Parrish. Young at heart. And we got ourselves a Major League 1998 expansion teams. What's this? So obviously it's the Diamondbacks and the Devil Rays. Oh, this is neat. So I didn't, That's actually kind of cool. You can barely see it. And hopefully you can see it better than I am. I mean, it's like chrome on gold. And it is a foil board. But it is the 2 logos. It is a base card. But yeah, that is actually pretty cool. Yeah, Buck Showalker was the manager, who's a former Yankee. That's who the Rays were going to have. And Tampa actually, at that point, didn't have their manager. But I'm going to put that up. Even though it is just a base card, it is a very cool base card. Especially since I actually used to go to Devil Rays games. Not the first season, I wasn't there yet, but soon afterwards. Didn't move there till 99. They started in 98. Wally Joyner. Had to do my time in the service. Jason Giacomi. Jose Mesa. Heathcliff Slocum. And we did get one of those Cal Ripken cards. This time it is the insert. And of course it's a cross-product insert. There's 24 cards. Ooh, this one got eaten too. The Cal Ripken collection is what it was known as. Pity it's already got some damage to it. But there was like 24 cards. Only 4 could be gotten in this pack, or in this product. It went across like 5 or 6 different products. So pretty cool. Unfortunately, the machine looks like it chewed one part of it. But we'll put him over here to the side just so I can pick him up a little bit easier. And our last card, Jeff King. All right, so we did pull some cool stuff out of this one. Obviously, we still pulled more of the subsets. You're going to pull those. We did pull our fourth and final prospect of Jeff Supan, another pitcher. Don't know how well he did. His name's not ringing a bell, so obviously not that great in my opinion. It's not like he's going to be a Hall of Famer. Unlike somebody like this, Jim Edmonds. This would be the second of the Predictor pack cards. Both of those are inserts, and both of those right on cue. You're supposed to find 4 of the future stock prospects. We found 4. Supposed to find 2 of the Predictor cards. We found 2. We did pull this, which is a, oh, you can see it a little bit better there. It is a base card, but it was commemorating, because this was 96, 2 years later, both the Diamondbacks and the Devil Rays, who are now the Tampa Bay Rays, came into being. So this was a gold card that celebrated that. Still a base card, but pretty cool. Again, one, the stadium I've gone to many times, one I've never been to, but I will in the future. And then finally, even though it did get kind of chewed at the top, this is part of the Cal Ripkin collection, a 5 or 6 product, cross product set, total of 24 cards. So that's it. Another box in the books, another product down. Definitely a fun one. So I hope you enjoyed this one, and it is good. I mean, I opened up a lot of Upper Deck just because, well, first off, I can find it, but they came up with some very pretty cards, very neat stuff that honestly kind of paved the way for the future. So definitely a fun one, and I hope you enjoyed it. And if you did, come along for the trip by once again joining the channel, hitting that subscribe button below, and hit the notify bell. Also, go ahead and give a thumbs up. Because I'm not getting enough thumbs up is why machines eat part of the cards. Now go ahead and give a thumbs up. It's good for the video. And if you have any comments, drop it in the comment section below. I'd love to hear from you. Appreciate taking the time to go back in time and seeing some of this old stuff. Prospects that may or may not have made it. Even people who you consider to be blue chip in the day. All it takes is a couple injuries and fade off into nowhere. So until next time, bye now.